like to say in class before we begin. Number one, and most importantly, could you guys just scooch one step forward?
Make a friend.
See that tape. Jody, the tape.
I know, the tape. I'm telling you, the tape makes me so
Hey,
happy.
Queen. Slay.
Oh, we get a pink tape for Valentine's Day blowback.
You're so extra. And then I'm the extra one.
I'm trying to do yoga, fam.
So, two very important things. Number one, always listen to your body. Regardless of what I'm cueing, if there's something that is feeling weird, icky, back out. Be very intuitive with your movements. And number two is the reason I love yoga is because this little rectangle is your personal space to just flow and connect to your breath, your body, your mind. So again, maybe if I'm cueing something that you're like, no, not today, then you are free to flow just anything that's coming your way. So we do start this beautiful class on February 1st. So it is the month of love.
I love you.
And although today is not going to be our official Valentine's class, for this entire month, I still have a lot of like heart openers planned out, and
We're doing
most
surgery.
likely all my little talks will be kind of related to something, not specifically love related, but you know, our hearts. So let's begin by laying down on our backs.
I love this
finding
already.
Any comfortable position. Our feet can be extended out or perhaps connected together in a little butterfly pose. And let's bring one hand over our heart and one hand over our belly. And just start settling in.
I'll switch them.
Connecting to that breath. Feeling your chest rising up on those inhales. And releasing down on the exhales. Taking a deep breath in and exhale fully. Feeling that rise and fall of the chest. This space here where our heart is, this is where we connect to the deepest truths of our lives. It's not just a space to connect with ourselves, but also to the world around us. And today I invite you to explore the idea of opening your heart. To open our hearts is to soften the walls we've built around love, trust, and connection. It means embracing life with courage. Knowing that sometimes to feel deeply is both a risk and a gift. And listen, I totally understand. It's so easy to guard ourselves against disappointment, hurt, or rejection. But think about it. When we close off from the pain, we're also closing off from the joy. And I know that this world can sometimes condition us to just be cautious, telling us to protect ourselves, to not give too much. But what if love was actually never meant to be measured or controlled? Meaning, the more we give, the more it actually expands. Think about a moment in your life while you felt truly connected. Perhaps with a stranger, a friend, a loved one. Thinking in retrospective, these moments were never about perfection. They were just about presence. They were about allowing yourself to be seen just as who you are. Taking a deep breath in and exhale, release. Bringing hands above head for a big stretch.
Got some foot.
Tickling the feet of the person right behind you. I saw you. Bringing knees towards our chest to give our body a big, big hug.
Oh. Oh. It's always the right side. And I feel
Gently
it
rocking front to back to meet up at a seated position.
back here.
Taking a big inhale, opening up those hands up towards the sky, and exhale, release. Beginning to warm up our neck, just bringing our ear over to one shoulder. And very slowly, maybe going around in one direction. And in the other. Coming back to the center, let's take that right arm forward. Create a little bend with our left. Releasing and exchanging sides. Releasing both. Take a little grab of our hands, place them behind our neck, we're gonna do some seated cat-cows. So as we inhale, we're gonna open up our chest, gaze up towards the sky. Exhale, rounding that back.
Oh.
Inhaling up. Exhale, curl. Just doing a few more at the rhythm of your own breath. Coming back to center, releasing those hands. Let's extend our legs out. Let's take a bend to that right knee. With the help of our left hand, we're gonna first twist and release.
Ah, they cracked. Hey, Queen.
Coming back through center, extending that right leg. Same on the left side. Taking a twist and then release down. Coming back to the center, extending both legs out, taking a big inhale and falling forward.
I ain't gay, but $20 is $20.
Slowly coming back up. Let's bring those feet back over to the back of our mats.
On the tabletop.
And coming into a child's pose.
Not a tabletop.
Perhaps bringing those knees far out wide on the mat and then allowing your chest to lower down. Taking a few inhales and exhales. Let's walk those hands to the left outer side of our mat in that same child's pose. Feeling that deep stretch on that right side of your body.
This would be good for chest back day today. Opening the chest, stretching the lats. Whew, I'm excited to see that. I should look like a fire hydrant. My groin. Jeez.
Walking those hands all the way over to the right. Walking hands back to center. Coming to a tabletop.
Oh, there it is, the tabletop.
Allowing your hips to naturally just release any movement. Perhaps swaying side to side, front to back. Maybe even closing your eyes or softening that gaze. And coming to a neutral tabletop, grounding from that left palm, right hand rises up, and we thread the needle over towards the left. Option for that left hand, it could stay right where it's at or come all the way to the top outer corner of the mat, or maybe even behind your back for a bind.
See, this doesn't feel like shit to me.
Slowly coming back up to our tabletop. Grounding from that right palm, left hand rises up. So we thread the needle over towards the right.
See, how can I bind back here if we put more weight?
Same
this way?
options with that right hand this time.
Give you more stretch. Oh. Oh, my knee.
And slowly coming back up to that tabletop.
Jesus.
Let's walk our hands forward to the top of our mat as we lower our chest for a puppy pose.
Fork.
Slowly walking those hands back, tucking those toes, lifting off our knees from the mat, and very slowly extending out our legs, bringing
nose
those
is so
hips
itchy.
up towards the sky for a downward facing dog. Taking a moment to walk your dog, taking little bends to opposite knees, and just feeling that extra stretch in your legs.
Don't know why. Listen to your heart before he tells you goodbye.
Gazing to the top of your mat, let's walk our feet all the way and fall forward. Allowing that upper body to hang heavy. Releasing any tension from the lower back, upper back, your neck. Jody's using her Fabletics sponsored water bottle already.
Yeah, she didn't fucking say anything
Yeah.
about that. Oh!
Yeah, you can grab some cookies.
Oh!
Very, very slowly rising up.
So much body.
Allowing your head to be the very last to come to the top. Taking a few deep inhales and exhales. Bringing those hands up towards the sky, perhaps even taking a little peek back. And as we exhale, fall forward. Lifting up halfway. And falling forward one more time. Taking a bend as much as needed so we can plant those palms at the top of our mat and stepping or hopping back into a high plank or dropping those knees for a supported plank. We're moving through a chaturanga, so coming halfway down, bringing that heart through, and into a downward facing dog. Okay. They're over there. Right leg rises up, planting that right foot at the top of our mat, dropping that back knee, slowly rising up for a runner's lunge. Shifting that weight forward with the help of our hands.
We're going to bring this foot in.
And walking those hands back as we extend the front leg for a half split.
Dude, as soon as you drop the head, wow.
Coming back to our lunge. Let's tuck that back foot, very slowly rising up. So in our crescent.
You got to fix that ankle there.
Yeah. No wonder Jody's face was like mortified, like someone's
that shit was
breaking
bent
something.
in a way that you...
Waiting to say diva down.
Let's bring those hands into a cactus, kind of expanding our chest up.
Oh.
And extending back up. Once more, hands come to cactus, facing up. And back to our crescent. Planting that back foot, rotating over towards the left, opening up for a warrior two. Shifting your weight forward and reverse. Coming back to that warrior two. Let's take those hands to the back. Bringing our chest all the way down for a humble warrior.
I went the wrong way.
Late at the end, yes. Slowly coming back through that warrior two. We're gonna set up for a half moon. So rounding from the top right foot, let's take a little step forward. Right hand comes to the right outer side of our mat. Left leg slowly lifts up. And then that left hand reaches up towards the sky. Your gaze can be towards the bottom of the mat, or perhaps over to the left or all the way up. Bringing both hands down to the top of the mat for a half split. Left leg comes down and falling forward. Planting those palms at the top of our mat, stepping or hopping back into a high plank. And dropping those knees, bringing that weight all the way back into a child's pose. And when you're ready, meeting back at a downward facing dog. Left leg rises up. Let's plant that foot at the top of our mat and very slowly rise up to our crescent. No broken foot. Opening up those arms up towards the sky. And back up to our crescent. As we exhale, coming back down.
Oh.
And up once more. On our next exhale, can we sink a little bit lower? Opening up to our warrior two, facing the right side of our mat. Viena, no quiero más distracciones, no te traigo más. Shifting forward and reverse.
Georgia.
Coming back through that warrior two. This is a problem when I make playlists. I'll be like, hands behind our back and falling forward for that
My
humble
nose is
warrior.
so itchy. I feel like bewitched. Miss New Booty. Collie Park, Bubba Sparks. You.
Very slowly coming back to that warrior two. So we're gonna set up for half moon on this side. Let's take a little step forward.
This quad's getting tired, bro.
Now, that left hand comes to that left outer corner of our mat. Once we feel fully grounded from the right foot,
Whoa.
from the left foot, right foot comes up, right hand comes up. Our gaze can stay down towards the ground, come over to the right side, or all the way up. Both hands come to the front of our mat for a half split. Right leg comes down as we fall forward.
Ooh.
Necesito que le quites todo el volumen, por favor. ¿No te vas al mueble, amor? ¿No te puedes ir al mueble o a este sofá? Very, very slowly rising up. Taking a few rounds of inhales and exhales. Inhale, bringing those hands up towards the sky. Exhale, falling forward.
Tell you what, I'm gonna huff the shit out of some lavender oil. I've also unintentionally fasted today. And kind of last night / yesterday.
Lifting up halfway.
Tough times. Tough times.
And falling forward one more time. Planting those palms at the top of our mat and stepping or hopping back into a high plank. Dropping those knees. Shifting our weight back into a child's pose. Bringing those hips back up. Tucking our toes and meeting at a downward facing dog. Right leg rises up. Let's plant that right foot at the top of our mat. Very slowly rising back up toward crescent. Bringing those hands into a cactus all the way down, opening up our chest and our heart to the sky. And back up to our crescent. Opening up to our warrior two. If you thought half moon was the spicy pose of the day, it's about to get fun. Shifting our weight forward and reverse. Coming back to that warrior two. Bringing those hands back, bowing down to that front leg. And coming back up to that warrior two. So setting back up for that half moon, taking a little step forward. Right hand comes to the right outer side of that mat. Grounding from our right foot. Left foot rises up. That left hand comes all the way up towards the sky. Now from here, there's several poses we can go into. You take a little bend to that left knee. Try reaching left hand to left foot for a sugar cane pose. Now gazing all the way to the bottom of our mats or to the ground, grounding from that right foot, slowly peeling the right hand up and extending to a dancer. Or coming from a standing position, taking a hold of that left foot, right hand extends out. Trying to find a focus on something that's not moving. Dropping those feet and our hands and taking a big inhale and exhale. So half moon to sugar cane to dancer. Inhaling all the way up. Exhale, falling forward.
Yeah, I feel warm. It's hot as fucking here.
Did it warm up? Lifting up halfway. And falling forward one more time.
This right leg feels an inch longer than the left leg.
Taking a bend to those knees as much as needed so our hands can meet the top of the mat and stepping or hopping back into a high plank. And meeting at a downward facing dog or moving through a chaturanga. Left leg rises up, planting that left foot in between the palms of our hands. Drop that back knee. It's like Simon says, I'm lifting up.
Oh, my knee. Burb.
The help of our hands, bringing that weight all the way forward. Yeah.
You got complaints or you got solutions?
Neither.
Commentary.
Walking those hands all the way back, extending that front leg.
I learned from the best. Isn't that what you do? Commentary.
Moving back up to our runner's lounge. Let's tuck that right tippy toes, rising up for our crescent.
Passport bros may be onto something.
Bringing those hands to a cactus and opening up that chest up towards the sky. And back up to our crescent. Opening up to our warrior two. And shifting that weight forward and reverse. Coming back to that warrior two. Bringing those hands to the back and bowing to that front leg. Releasing those hands and opening back up for our warrior two. Taking a little hop forward. Left hand, left outer corner of the mat. Right foot slowly lifting off. Right hand all the way to the top. And taking a bend to that right leg, trying to reach our right foot with our right hand for a sugar cane pose. Gazing to the bottom of that mat, so to the floor, grounding from the top foot, slowly lifting off. Left hand extends out. That would have been really good, but imagine I pull you, you pull me. Or from a standing position, taking a bend on that right foot, just starting to bow down. Yeah, you gotta focus on something.
Ooh,
And release.
I'm lightheaded.
Giving those legs a little wiggle. Yep. Inhaling all the way up. Exhale, releasing down. Planting those hands at the top of the mat. Stepping back into a high plank. And dropping those knees, coming back to our child's pose. Reconnecting back to that breath. Taking a sip of water. Moving back for a tabletop.
The tabletop.
Now, puppy for me is a very deep chest heart opener. Dolphin is like puppy on steroids. So, there's a few ways of how to get there. We can either bring forearms down, tucking the toes and extending the legs as if we're going into a downward facing dog, but our forearms are kept on the ground, or from downward facing dog, coming down to forearms. Lowering all the way down on our bellies. Puppy on steroids, but it's also a prep for tripod, which I'm not going to teach. Coming all the way down. Slowly lifting up, planting those forearms on the mat. And taking a few rounds of inhales and exhales. Lifting off our hands and our legs. And releasing down. This time, as we lift off our chest from the mat, let's take a bend to both knees. Let's try to reach for those feet. Maybe we can stay all the way down here. We're starting to press your feet into your hands, arching that back. And release. Joey just got stuck there. He couldn't let go. Bringing those hands by our chest. Just a little help to set up for a pigeon pose. So taking a bend to that right foot. Left leg is extended out. We can stay all the way up here, or perhaps Walk those hands down. Slowly coming back up. It's changing sides. Coming up, bringing both legs to the front of the mat. Setting those feet. We're gonna come to our backs, but we're gonna do it through a boat pose. So any boat variation, slowly coming down, perhaps bringing hands behind for extra support, or hands to the side, or extended all the way out and up, out on the side. It's 2 more breaths. And release. Bringing our knees to our chest to give them a big hug. Allowing those knees to drop all the way over to the right. Hands can come extended out to a T. Coming back through center and on to the other side. We got your license. Coming back to center and taking a moment to do just any final pose or movement that your body is asking for, or perhaps no movement at all.
Nothing.
Setting up for our final pose in Shavasana. Hands, legs extended. Oh my God, Joey, don't break your mom. Jesus Christ. Thank God she's related. She almost broke her in two. Like. Vienna, ayúdame. Oh, cool. Yay. Stella was trying to jump on you. That's funny. Yeah. I will be walking around with some lavender essential oil to place in the palms of your hands. If you do not wish any oil, place one or both palms at the top of your belly, and I will skip you.
Right now it's like doing yoga with the upstairs neighbors.
Once I do, rub those palms together. Make a little cup above your nose. Cuidado atrás. Okay, your turn. Okay, you want some? Okay. Cuidado. No cabe, mi amor. Starting to bring back some awareness into our bodies. Wiggling those fingers and toes. Bringing hands overhead for a big stretch. And rocking over to the right side of your mat. Very, very slowly coming back up to a seated position. Aquí yo no creo que yo tenga. Taking one last big collective inhale together. And exhale, release. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. From my heart to yours, namaste.
Namaste. Lit.